Okay, so the debate around artificial intelligence, it is everywhere, right? But what if the most important part of this whole conversation isn't really about the technology? What if it's about us? In this explainer, we're going to hold up a mirror to all the AI hype and see what it really shows us about our own humanity. You've seen the headlines. I mean, the way we talk about AI swings between these two wild extremes. On one side, it's this techno-utopia that's going to solve disease and end war. And on the other, it's this dystopian nightmare that'll take all our jobs and destroy truth itself. It's just panic and hope, with almost no room for anything in between. But here's a thought. What if this intense emotional roller coaster isn't really about the tech? What if, without even realizing it, we're all talking about something else entirely? That's the question we're going to try to unpack here.
To get to the bottom of this, we kind of need to look at it all through a psychological lens. We're asking, are these feelings, this intense hope and panic, are they coming from a rational place? Or is there a deeper, very human mechanism at play here? Something called projection.
So here's the core idea we're exploring. The whole AI hype cycle, both the good and the bad, is basically a giant mirror. It's this blank surface where we are projecting our own anxieties about the world, our frustrations with our jobs, and our deepest desires for control and even connection. So what even is psychological projection? Well, the idea comes from Sigmund Freud, and he said it's a fundamental defense mechanism. Basically, when we have feelings or thoughts about ourselves that are just too difficult to deal with, we kind of push them outward. We stick those qualities onto something or someone else. It's a way of dealing with our own internal stuff by making it external. Okay, so how does this kind of abstract idea actually connect to a chatbot, or what we call a large language model? Let's really break down what we're seeing when we look into this AI mirror. Looking at it this way lets us completely reframe the debate. When we worry that AI will be biased, maybe what we're really doing is confronting our own uncomfortable inherent biases. When we fear that AI will replace us, is that really about the machine, or is it a deeper anxiety about our own value in the world? Even the hope that AI can be trusted, well, that could just be a longing for clarity that we feel is missing in our messy human world. And hey, it's not just a Freudian thing. The psychologist Carl Jung had this concept he called the shadow. The parts of ourselves, our flaws and impulses that we really struggle to accept. And the theory goes that we're projecting this human shadow onto AI chatbots, probably because they're the most human-like, non-human thing we've ever made. But why do we even do this? Is it just a symptom of our weird digital age? Turns out, not even close. This is a behavior that's as old as humanity itself. I mean, think about it. For centuries, humans have looked at the great unknowns, the weather, the stars, disease, and we've projected human-like qualities onto them. We invented gods with very human emotions to explain why nature was so random. The sociologist Emil Durkheim pointed out this wasn't just about control, it was about taking the chaos of the world and making it understandable, turning it into a story we could actually follow. So, okay, this all seems to fit. AI is the great unknown of our time, so of course we project onto it. But there is one huge, absolutely game-changing difference this time around, something that makes our relationship with AI totally unique in history. And this, right here, is the big twist in our story. Because unlike the gods of thunder or the spirits of the forest, this mirror, the one we're throwing all our hopes and fears onto, it does something no other has ever done before. For the very first time in all of human history, the great unknown that we're projecting onto can have a conversation with us. We can tell it our secrets, argue with it, ask it for advice. This changes everything. It creates a powerful and, frankly, really complex new dynamic. And that, right there, creates this incredibly powerful new dynamic. We're not just shouting into the void anymore. We are in an active feedback loop. Our projections are being fed directly into the machine, which then learns from them and reflects them right back at us. This whole interaction is now actively shaping how AI develops. So it's really crucial to see how this loop works. Let's just walk through it in 4 steps. First, we project our very human feelings onto the AI. Second, the machine takes in millions of these emotionally charged chats. Third, using all that data, it learns to perform the version of humanity that keeps us engaged. And fourth, that performance perfectly mirrors our original projection, which convinces us it's real and just makes the loop stronger. Now, let's be super clear about something. This does not mean the AI is becoming conscious or sentient, not at all. What it means is that the AI is becoming an unbelievably effective people pleaser. The algorithm's one and only goal is to keep us engaged. So it learns to perform empathy, or give us affirmation, or act like a friend. Whatever it calculates will keep us coming back for more.
And you know, the timing for all of this was wow, just perfect. ChatGPT launched in late 2022, right as the world was coming out of a pandemic that had caused historic levels of loneliness and isolation. It showed up at the exact moment we were most hungry for conversation, creating the perfect storm for this whole human-AI feedback loop to just explode.
Which brings us to our final and maybe the most important part of this whole thing. If we're busy co-creating this AI in our own image, what image are we actually giving it?
So when you boil it all down, this is the key takeaway. The intense hype, the fear, the hope, it's not really about the technology. It's about us. It's a story about how we as people are trying to make sense of a world that feels really uncertain and is moving way too fast. We're just trying to make the chaos make sense again.
So I'll just leave you with this thought. If we are in a constant feedback loop with these machines, then the most important question isn't what is AI becoming? The real question we have to ask is what parts of ourselves, our best sides, our worst sides, the parts we try to hide, what are we training it to become? The mirror is on, and it's reflecting exactly what we give it.